Hello. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Saw, and this is Pai, my friends, and we are Localalike. And I'm so excited to be here today to present, to share what we've been doing in the past 6 months. And before we start the presentation, Pai has a story to share.
Thank you, Saw. I was born in this rural village in northeastern Thailand. And when I was 7 years old, I got tipped out of the town because my family want me to the east coast of Thailand because my mom want me to get a better school and have more opportunity there. And 6 years ago, I was really excited to go home because my mom told me that we're gonna come back home. When I was there, I was really upset because 10 other childhoods of my friends, they were not there anymore. They worked somewhere else. And I told myself that I've got to do something with this when I'm ready to do so.
Yeah, that actually only one of the problem that we found, like one of the community that has this problem. And there's a lot of this kind of community that is dying down. It's not only in the rural area, but also in the urban. This community is called Banbat. They've been making the monk bow for 200 years. And before this, they used to have 500 families working on it. But right now, there's only 5 families working on it. So this community is dying in terms of culture. And this person, he's a Hill tribe leader. He's so proud of his culture and his village, his Hill tribe. And he's really eager to tell story to people who's come to visit him. But unfortunately, not so many people come. And this lovely uncle, we really like him, by the way. And when we visit him, he told us that he has 5 children, and all of them are left to work in the city. And he thinks that maybe because there's nothing to do there, and he thinks that maybe tourism would be a tool that can create opportunity and work, so that children doesn't have to leave the village. But the problem is, most of this community are not ready for tourism. Sometimes they are not ready for not really good in hygienic, or they don't know how to access the market. They don't know how to communicate with their customer. And there's more than 700 this kind of community in Thailand. And not only that side, but for the tourism. For the tourists, there are more and more people who are interested in this kind of tourism, the sustainable tourism or community-based tourism. So that's the reason why we came up with our idea, Localalike, which is basically a community-based tourism platform. And what we are doing is that we try to create an ecosystem that helps connect local community with tourists. And what we're actually doing is we help them develop the community. We go there and we create marketing channels. We build awareness. So because we believe that it will contribute to increase accessibility, so the tourists can find the information easily. And also the cultural exchange. When people go there, they can learn about the local culture. And at the same time, the people in the community can learn about their value as well. And also, at the end, it will contribute to boosting economy, and that will go back to the loop of sustainable development. So we're trying to create the full loop of development. So what we do with the local community, we prepare them for tourism, we help them set up the homestay standard. We build tour guide network. And we set carrying capacity, which is about limiting people from going there, to prevent the overcrowding. And we also plan for community development for them. And we work with them, we just listen to them and try to understand what they need, so that we can help them to achieve that goal. And we also have our website. So we provide the information, and the tourists can go there and book the experience quite easily. And we also have the crowdfunding platform, so people can contribute to them in different ways. And this is the way we want to tell the story. We went there, and for us, it's just simply beautiful, because for us as a city dweller, we are lacking, we're craving for this kind of experience, and we think that it will meet our target group needs. And after this, Pai will talk a little bit about how we're gonna reach them.
And we know that last year there were 19 million tourists in Thailand, and 20% of that are in the sustainable tourism fields. Imagine that if we get only 1% of this 20%, that means like 40,000 tourists. That enough for us to sustain our businesses. This is how we're gonna get them. We're gonna raise an awareness by using Facebook and Google AdWords. We're gonna create their interest by some of the bloggers and influencers. And also we're going to provide information by our website and also with the video format that's all just show you. And we're going to induce their purchase by using some of the customer feedback and also some promotions. We have proved that this strategy works because within last 2 months, there were around 100 tourists coming to visit us, and we generated around $2,000 for 2 communities. This number not seem too much, but the most important thing is that the motivation for the village to continue to work on their communities. This is the impact that we want to create for the community: income generation, reduce migration, cultural preservation, and also better livelihood. How we're gonna measure them? For income generation, we know that an average income for the villager is $1,000 per person per year, and we will work with them to increase their income by 30%. That means $300, and that's equal to only 20 customers per household. And for the reduced migration, we know that from our research that the migration rate in the village in Thailand is 22% per year, and we aim to reduce that by 3%. This is our platform will highlight these cultural activities, and so that tourists want to come to see this culture, and we will make sure that the local practice their culture and to be ready to show to the tourists. Also, this is one of the development programs that we implement in one of the villages. Before we came in, there were a lot of waste problems, and now we educate them and we encourage them to work on this by their own. This problem now, they have like waste management system in place. That means better livelihood. This is how we're going to make money. Of course, the community will provide services to the tourists, and the tourists pay them via us. We're going to take 30% from that go to operations, and also like transaction fee and ambassadors. We are asking for $150,000 that cover operation, online platform, marketing, and general and admin. This is our revenue and cost model. On the bar graph, you see that we have like 6 revenue channels. That the bold number on the top of each graph with our total revenue is year. And the red line is our cost. And you can see that we will break even in year 3 with 15% growth rate. We will have net income about $100,000, and the value of the company will be at $800,000 at that year. This is how we're going to get that number. This is our plan to grow from year 1 to year 3. And in year 4, we plan to expand to other Southeast Asian country. And why us? Why can we make that happen? Because we have tremendous working experience with local and from locals. We provide total solution. We're not just a marketer like Agoda and Airbnb. We are developer ourselves as well. We work with the local. We have a compelling story that so just show you guys the video. This is why we can do that, because we have these 5 people in the team, 3 Thais and 2 Americans. We have that why we know the locals and we also know the tourists, and we have two volunteers so far. And we have these great people. They see our value and they want to help that. This is our partner so far. We continue to build more. The ultimate goal of us is that we want these lovely kids to have equal opportunity and strongly go and remain home. This is the picture tells us everything about the local, and you see. So come join us, Localalike, local living and lasting impact. Thank you very much.
Hi. So great concept, and so this is operating today?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And so you're taking 30% of which revenue?
we're taking 30% from the transaction cost from the tourist sites.
So
So let's say they pay 100 baht and we take 30 baht from that transaction.
But they're giving you 100 baht for what service?
For what service? For the local service, for the accommodation and activities, and also tour guides that they booked online.
Okay. So there's a company called Airbnb. Do you know it? Yes. So can you talk about how they are a competitor or a collaborator, or how you fit in the Airbnb, which is the Apple of what you're talking about?
We actually think, initially, we actually thought that maybe we can partner with, or we can use Airbnb as a platform. But at the end of the day, it's like we can't really push we can't really push our value through the platform because it's not specialized for local community. And what I just say that the thing that we different from them is that we not only like marketing them, we help them to develop the communities. So we go there, we help them create the tour package. It's not like it's more like try to come up with what kind of community that the tourists might want, and try to help them to improve the safety, or that thing to be ready.
Okay, building from that, actually I'm trying to understand, because Airbnb is matchmaking, but then you're talking also about, community development or organizing. So first I want to understand, are you matchmaking or are you like organizing the tours yourself? And you kept on talking about community development, and I like that piece, but there's going to be a cost to that. And what do you mean when you say community development? And is that cost factored into your cost structure?
So our website will be an online transaction online, the booking online, and also we work on the development side as well. So we also just on the slide we have the development fund platform that people can contribute to that fund.
What I mean is, like, do you organize you don't need to organize the community.
We will encourage the local to manage their businesses.
So every community, a community could list entirely on your platform, and it could be that you would never have even visited them. They could just list.
We will visit them,
yeah, we will visit
because we have to help them create the homestay standard.
So if you have to visit every single community, which I think is also important, is that cost factored in as you expand to more communities?
Yes, it's will cost, but we have the plan to have ambassadors for each region, because the ambassador should be the local people, so that they can operate in their area. So the 30% transaction is also include part of that. Part of that is also for the ambassador. So we have thought about that already.
So I'm an Airbnb user, like all the time. But before I use it, I'm always hesitant because there are a lot of issues concerned with it, like what to expect, the kind of payment, who are the people there. So what are the challenges that you've encountered in the past 2 months that you've been operating it? Did you encounter the same security issues, and how do you plan to address that?
So we implement our test tour to the 2 communities. We're now working with 4 communities in Thailand, in northern Thailand. And now the problem that we encounter so far is that some of the villages, they are not ready, in terms of environmental, and also like some their cultural issue. So we help them to solve that problem first. For example, the waste management campaign that we work with the local, and that's all. It's been growing really slowly, but it's growing because we encourage them to work on that. We have to go in. We have to call all the villagers to come and meet with us, and then we ask for their need. What do they want to do?
How about for the customer side? Are there any challenges there?
The customer side, we also been working on our work protocol. We also have this standard, and we also have a tourist guidebook that they have to know before they come to the village, because we want them to know that this is what the thing you cannot expect, the air conditioning or anything in the village. So you come and experience with them. So
we also have the first aid kits.
Yes,
implemented in the community.
We have also emergency protocol in each village as well. Yep.
I was just wondering, if you do this hard work and you go and you get the communities organized, you put all the information online, how will you protect yourself from other competitors, either going around to the same villages and basically scooping everybody up and offering it for, 20% instead of 30%? Or how are you thinking about this becoming something sustainable and defensible?
We can't really stop that, to be honest. But we would be happy if someone want to to help them too. I mean, we're not just how can I say? It's more like relationship that we're building with them. It's because we know how to work with the local people, and that is different, totally different than working with people in the city. Because when you go there, you have to start from building trust, and that takes time. And it's not like everyone can just go there and say, yeah, I want to do this, can you do that for me? No, that won't happen. That's the reason why we are different, because we know how to work with local people, and we have the local people in our team.
All right, well, let me ask a nasty investor question. What is the business return on investment of your development checkbox?
Development checkbox. So from that 30% transaction, that 5% gonna go to transaction fee that we have to pay, and also 15% for operation costs, and then we get this 15% that will be our benefit, we will profit, and we from that our profit margin will be around 40% from that thing.
Right, but part of your service, so part of what I hear you saying is you're like the Ministry of Cultural Affairs and Community Development, which could be a great benefit to society. But to build off of what Sam was saying, how do you make that a continuous business?
Can you repeat that question again? Sorry.
You are acting like the government, possibly.
We hope
that does good.
Government.
But how do you get for the investment in time and money? How do you get compensated for your expertise in a way that makes the business have enough money to grow bigger?
Okay, it's our ability to look for money, to more money. We now in the past we got this is funding from Banpo social enterprise competition. That's why we have the money to set our business off the ground. And now we're looking for more. We also have we plan to have our fundraising campaigns, such as some of the workshops we have been doing. We did some design thinking workshop in Bangkok one time before, and we're planning to do more and more. And now we're looking for $150,000, maybe from GSVC and things like that. And by the end of the year, we're gonna break even, and we'll cover everything, and we have more income to grow our businesses. We plan to grow in year 4 into other Southeast Asian countries.
I'm curious how you manage on the community side. For example, if things need to be modified, you mentioned sanitation or what have you, so an investment needs to be made before you can start booking people. Does the community make that? Do you make that? And then on the side, when someone comes and stays in the community, I'm sure there are different households, but the whole community contributes to the experience. How is it decided how to divvy up that, to divide that for that family or for the community? Do they decide? Do you decide? How does that work?
Yeah, there are two parts. One part is the room itself, that the villager have to invest in that, and some of them invest 20,000 on that. Some of them, but average 10,000 to 20,000. But for the problem in general in the village, we have also development fund, and also we working on the fundraising platform. Some of them from the local organization like SOA people from the organization, they help us to bring the money in, and we work on let's say the waste problem. We got support from the SOA as well. I mean sub-district organization, they help us to fund some of the money. And also that the local people, they pay 30 baht per month to get that system in place also. in the village.
I have a question about salary expenses. Can you, because I see that it grows to, in 5 years, to something like 10 million baht, right? So with 10 million baht, how many?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will talk on that more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.